This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
About to bring gold back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
And how sweet it is! A state gold medal for the Union Scotties!
And the Shannock Lancers are your 2A softball champions. The trophy lifted high.
The 10th seed Union Scotties are WPIAL champions.
Not a Cinderella story, a championship story here.
And your 2023 WPIAL 2A Girls Champions, the Shenango Wildcats.
The pitch from Bruce, here it comes. Swing and miss! Union wins it! The Union Scotties have rallied to win the WPIAL Championship.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
Working down inside and alley-oop the young gun.
She'll strike it and score!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Live from Newcastle, it's high school basketball on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Tonight, it's the Central Catholic Vikings and the Newcastle Red Hurricanes. Tonight's broadcast on the lcsportsnet.com is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, keeping you in the game. MVP Insurance, simplifying insurance. Call MVP for the win. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. Castle Asphalt, making dream designs come to fruition. Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. Moderna Bonner Law, a community firm dedicated to protecting your possessions. Penn, Ohio Bottled Water. Home and business bottled water delivery. Gems Builders Inc., creative edge for your contracting work. Health and Motion Physical Therapy, keeping you moving. Sponsors Insurance, love the life you live. Doran Concrete, residential and commercial concrete services. The Red Zone, score big at the Red Zone. Work in progress, paint service for residential and commercial projects. The City Rescue Mission, the Tri-County Principals, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Hi again, everyone. I'm Tim Continental along with James Dotson. Glad to be here at the Neat Kai High Fieldhouse as we get ready for tonight's 6A Section 1 game between Central Catholic Vikings and the Newcastle Red Hurricanes. Central Catholic comes in tonight with an 11-7 overall record and 6-1 in Section 1, while the Canes come in tonight with a 12-7 overall, but 1-6 and currently in last place in Section 1. But that's not the entire story, and we'll get to that a little bit later as we'll talk more about tonight's ball game. Right?
Yeah, we will. And Tim, I guess let's get right into it right now. I mean, you can see the standings there on your screen here if you're watching the archive, if you're listening live. Central Catholic 11-7, Newcastle 12-7. So it sounds very even-keeled. Newcastle, though, the early season strength of schedule, not what you're typically used to seeing from a Newcastle team. So some of those wins early definitely helping out. But the issue is the 1-6 section record for the Canes here in Section 1. Central Catholic coming in with a flip-flop, mirror image, 6-1 section record. The crazy part of it, that one loss for Central Catholic, that one win for Newcastle, came in this matchup playing down at Chuck Crummey Court. Newcastle getting the overtime victory in that one, Tim. So I guess it just really goes to show you Class 6A is wide open. Any given night, any given thing can happen. And when it comes down to it, yes, we're going to get right into it. We've done the math. Newcastle's still very much in the playoff hunt. Of the 3 games remaining, this is the one that probably matters the least, but it definitely will help if the Canes are able to get that victory here tonight in that route. There are 64 different opportunities, 64 different permutations and scenarios, yes. Of those 64, Newcastle is playoff bound in 12 of those scenarios. So even with 2 out of 3 wins, even possibly with 3 out of 3 wins. It's not a guarantee they're in the playoffs, but also if they win just 2 out of 3, they could still make it in that way too. There's a lot of different scenarios, but a win tonight and getting a sweep over the top team in the section here in Central Catholic would be absolutely huge. Not only in standings, but in the mentality of this Canes team and this Canes fan base.
And when you look at Central Catholic coming in tonight, they are 5-4 on the road this season. The Vikings are 6-3 at home, so they have struggled a little bit on the road, playing close to 500 basketball. Central Catholic's lone loss, as you mentioned, in the section came to Newcastle back in early January. Central Catholic led by Vernon Settles, who's a 6'1 senior guard, and Brad Grompers, who scored 27 the last time these two schools met.
Yeah, and you'll hear about it when we talk with Coach Blunder here in the pregame show, Tim, is that in the end, this is not the Newcastle team you're used to seeing. The defense is what drives championships, and that's been the way it's been for over the first 13 years of Coach Blundo's tenure. And in the end, they didn't defend well against Central Catholic. They just outscored them. I think you're going to need to see a better defensive performance. And Coach, you're going to say that every game, but wants to see a better defensive performance. That's definitely going to be top priority to stop, especially, Settles and Gompers. Gompers scoring over 20 in that first game, a big key of it. But, hey, new scenario, bunch of new players, very young Newcastle team. Anything is possible. They just need to come out and take care of business here at home tonight.
When we come back, we'll talk more about the Red Hurricanes as they are 12-7 overall coming into tonight's matchup with Central Catholic. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
As you can hear, the pep band playing behind us has come back to our pregame here on LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP. Looking at the Newcastle Red Hurricanes coming tonight, overall they are 12-7, but 1-6 in Section 1-6A. As we mentioned earlier, a lot of different scenarios still to be played out as they have the final 4 games of the regular season coming their way, still very much alive to make the playoffs. The Canes are in unfamiliar territories, currently in the bottom of Section 1. The Canes are led by Ralphie Blundo, scoring 22 points per game, shooting 84% from the line. Ralphie has made 67 threes this season and has scored a career-high 34 points in one game here this season.
And 2 games actually this season, but one of them was against Central Catholic. So that's a big part of it. But look at both him and Damian Harrison shooting it from beyond the arc, I think is what's key. Those are the top 2 3-point shooters in the entire county, Tim. And they're going to have to hit some shots tonight. You're going to have to see Kyrell Harrison hit some shots tonight. But I think it's going to be the inside presence, because this is the team Newcastle matches up best against, because this is the smallest team in Class 6A is Newcastle. The next smallest is Central Catholic. So probably their best matchup in terms of going head-to-head, one-on-one sort of scenario. So JT Warren can play a big game on the inside like he did, getting a big bucket late in regulation to tie it up and send it to overtime in that victory down at Crummy Court.
Damian Harris, as you mentioned, averaging 16 points per game, shooting just under 65% from the free-throw line, and his career high and season high is 22 this season. Carell Harris averaging just over 9 points per ball game and is shooting almost 71% from the free-throw line, and has the season high of this year and also a career high of 20. We talked about this last time the Canes played. They didn't get to the line a lot.
Yeah.
But you can see how well they shoot the ball from the line and just score with the clock stopped. That's going to be a big part of their success if it's going to happen as this season continues, especially tonight's game.
And that's always been the Achilles heel of a Newcastle team. So it's just crazy how polar opposite this year's team is. But yeah, as a team, 71% from the free throw line, where we've seen 59-60% over the course of most of the games, most of the previous seasons, I should say, under Coach Blundo. So big one here tonight, though. It's 1-6 versus 6-1, but any given night in Class 6A, and we saw that already with Newcastle's one win coming against these Vikings.
In the Trib Live Class A6 rankings, is Upper St. Clair coming in number 1 overall with a 12-4 record. Mount Lebanon 14-3 at 2. Baldwin at 13-4. Central Catholic 11-7 overall, and then Butler 14-3. Yeah, can't argue with any of those. Really.
Yeah, no, not at all. And yeah, those records that you mentioned are all coming in to the beginning of this week when those rankings were last updated, Tim. So, but looking at that, yeah, Upper St. Clair and Mount Lebanon, the top 2 teams, both at 6-1 in Section 2. I was talking to Josh Roundtree. He's here with KDK Radio tonight here at Newcastle, and he said he saw that Upper St. Clair team. They got some size, but they're very beatable. Mount Lebanon, a good quality team that we saw over the course of the games last year in the playoffs. They have a lot of returning players, but they're vulnerable as well. There's no team that in Class 6A that is just the absolute slam dunk right now, and 5A is the same way in the WPIAL. So lots going on and lots of fun that's going to get when we get into playoff time. But Newcastle, again, needing a couple of wins here to potentially get into that playoff line. You need at least 2 out of 3 to have any chance if you're the Canes.
Well, every month we have a Team of the Month award here, and it's sponsored by LCAP. The LCAP Team of the Month, Lawrence County SportsNet, is proud to honor the WPIAL champions.
Yeah, we're going to announce it right now. The WPIAL champion, the Shannock Lancer Competitive Spirit Squad. Yes, they are our LCAP Team of the Month for January, and they finished 3rd place in the state as well. So congratulations, Coach Colleen Daughtry. And the Newcastle, and the Shannock Competitive Spirit Squad as your LCAP Team of the Month for January. Congrats to them, and congrats to all of our Teams of the Month. We announced our Athletes of the Month yesterday as well on our game out at Mohawk. Aaron Capalbo and Leah Crayrup getting the co-Players of the Month for January on the female side, and Casey Wilson of Laurel Wrestling getting the male side. So there's your January award winners, Tim, and all well-deserved. Make sure, reminder, you can always go and send in your nominations on our website at lcsportsnet.com. But Newcastle, with what they're doing in Class 4A enrollment in Class 6A, if they can go and get a couple of these wins and get into the playoffs with this squad, I'll tell you right now, they're a huge nomination potentially for February. But it all starts right here and getting a win at home and securing home court, which, again, don't see very often over the years, but they have struggled at home this year. These fans are dying to see the Canes win at home.
All right, with that statement, we're going to take another timeout. When we come back, James will have his interview with Coach Ralph Blundo. You're watching LC Sportsnet, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Madure and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenia Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
All right, back here on the pregame cheer here on the Lawrence County SportsNet. We have Central Catholic coming to Newcastle tonight. We got a chance to talk with head coach Ralph Blundo. And coach, obviously coming into tonight's game, obviously not the section record you want to be seeing, but still a chance to qualify for playoffs with these last 3 games. Let's talk about the mentality of you guys and the team right now.
Well, I think obviously that's the important part, is that you can still qualify for the playoffs. I mean, at the end of the day, we've never cared if we were 1 seed, 2 seed, 7 seed, 8 seed, didn't matter. You know, we want to be one of the 8 to get in and see what happens. But I felt like the kids have showed great resolve in terms of coming to work every day. Are we getting better at the pace I wanted to? No. But, I mean, they're still digging in every day. They're still receiving coaching. We're still getting after them. You know, we're still trying to get better and improve in the areas that we're struggling in. And, you know, at this point, it has to happen quicker because there's only 3 games to go.
What does it say, though, about this section in Class 6A as a whole when your lone section win is against the top team and that's their only loss of the year coming into tonight's game?
It's difficult. I mean, it's tough for everybody. The coaches are good. The players are tough and strong and competitive and, you know, bigger and stronger than us. And that's kind of been the issue all year long, is that, you know, we just haven't been able to sustain the type of energy that's necessary to win in 6A. You know, and it's no excuse, but it's the reality. We're playing against schools. I mean, what's occurring with us is probably more egregious than what's happening with Aliquippa. When you look at just the overall size of 6A, you know, teams that have, you know, 1,200 and 1,300 boys, and we have 350. It's a big significant difference because there is no 7A.
Let's look back to that game down at Central Catholic, the overtime win. You know, what was the biggest key to the victory and the come-from-behind style in that contest?
Well, I think we scored it. I mean, we outscored them. You know, for us, it's been about, you know, we've hung our hat on really being able to defend. Mm-hmm. And this year, we're giving up about 65 points per game in the section, and that has been our issue. And that's will, that's toughness, that's grittiness, and it's got to be better. Is there still some breakdowns because of youth? Sure, that's occurring, but that's normal. But we have to be better in terms of just being committed to getting stops with possession after set. We didn't even do it that night. We just happened to score more points.
Talking with Coach Blundo here on the pregame show. Coach, obviously most of the talk, as you kind of alluded to, is with the offense on the year and obviously the shooting from behind the arc of Damian and Ralphie. But talk about, you know, in crunch time, just a couple of seconds left and you draw up an inbound play to get it to your senior, JT Warren. Just talk about, you know, that mentality and, you know, the trust in your senior and what he's meant to this team.
Yeah, JT has, you know, he's a kid with very little experience. You know, we didn't really get him until middle of last year. He had a torn meniscus. So he had, you know, all of January, February, March, and then a summer, and then this year, you know, we lost him during the football season. But, you know, the kid's averaging 10 rebounds a game, 9 points. He's been productive. You know, I'd love to have him one more year just because I think it could be really good. But he is, you know, he had 15 rebounds the other night. He's done his part. He's engaged every day. He works hard. He has some limitations. He knows that. But with what he has, he gives us everything he got.
What's the biggest thing, Coach, that you want to see that you've seen improving that needs to continue to improve, especially in a big fashion tonight against the Central Catholic?
Just the overall engagement of doing your job defensively. That's the biggest thing, is that you have to do your job and be extraordinarily competitive on the defensive end. Okay? And then when the ball goes up, you got to get a body on a body and then go get the ball. Things that we've done better than anybody for 14 years, we haven't done well this year. And again, that's coaching. That's me getting them to be able to do it. I'm trying, but it hasn't happened. So I got to do a better job. So that's where it's at. If we can be Red Hurricanes and play the Red Hurricane way, we can beat anybody. Even though we have some limitations here and there, we can still beat a lot of teams with grit and toughness.
One final question. What's the top of the board in terms of stopping this Central Catholic team?
That's it. It's exactly. Don't let them beat you up around the glass. If the war is won in that 4-foot area down below the hoop, by us, we'll win. If it's won by them, we'll win.
Easy enough. Coach, appreciate it. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And we'll be back after this short timeout with tip-off. Newcastle against Central Catholic will return. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
You're looking for quality concrete at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Doran Concrete, laying down the foundation for your team. Don't just let anybody lay the foundation for your home or business. Visit DoranConcrete.com for your free estimate today.
Vernon Settles, as well as Xavier Thomas, Peyton Wayner, Bradley Gompers, and Enzo Khalil are the starting five for Central Catholic under fifth-year head coach Brian Urso. 119th game tonight, and again, the WPIAL defending champions trying to make their fifth straight trip into the WPIAL postseason, looking for what would be their fourth trip into the state playoffs under Coach Urso. For the Central Catholic, 6-1 are the Vikings on the road. And now Bob P has got our starting lineup for the Newcastle Running Red Hurricanes. Real quick, Kim, our works in progress, keys to the game, and Coach alluded to it. It's about the shutdown defense and no second chances winning in the paint. The other thing I want to mention is working inside to expand on that perimeter game. Inside out is going to be the key. And for Central Catholic, their pressure defense, use that depth, use the height advantage. They do have some height advantage. And if they knock down shots, that's what's going to be difficult for Newcastle to deal with. But I'm going to say the biggest one here for Newcastle. Billy Joel's put out a new song yesterday, Tim Continenza.
Yes, he has.
Turn the lights back on. That's what Newcastle can do tonight. They can turn the lights back on with a win here tonight and get some light back into this entire Newcastle community. And oh, by the way, it is Groundhog Day. So when you look at the fact Newcastle, they defeated Central Catholic 3 weeks ago. That's got to be in the back of the minds of the Central Catholic team. It's the only team that hasn't beaten us. They're going to be on edge for sure. They're going to want to be doing their best. No doubt about it, Tim, but you know that Newcastle also knows that they can beat this team. They've done it once already. Can they do it again here tonight?
Harris and Gompers getting ready to tip it off. 8 minutes on the clock. It's basketball time here from the Nikai High Fieldhouse in Newcastle. Fielded there by Central Catholic as they bring the ball up. Cahill gives it back out up top. They'll give it over to Thomas. Go right side. They'll throw down onto the blocks. Thomas turnaround shot. Going to be short. Going to be picked up there by the Canes.
Yeah, a little quick kind of rush shot. I think Xavier Thomas had more room than he originally anticipated, but rushed it and missed everything.
Harris with the ball for the Canes. Drives left side. Off the glass for 2.
Great job. And again, getting into the lane. Hesitated once, hesitated twice. Good screen up at the top of the key as well to put it up and in.
As they bring the ball up court. Bringing it up is Settles. He'll go left side. Gives it over to Gompers. They work down in the corner. 3 taken. It's going to hit the backboard.
Wow.
And it's going to be fielded there and stolen right back by Settles. Gives it over to Thomas. Bounce pass inside. Stolen away by the Canes.
Good hands down low from Warren. Really cut off that baseline pass.
And a pass by Blundo is blocked and returned the other way. Quickly going down court is Weiner, and he's going to lose control of the ball going out of bounds.
Yeah, but they're going to get a
foul from behind there. I believe they're going to get this on Ralphie Blundo. That is his first.
Yeah, an unfortunate one there because, I mean, yeah, it was a foul for sure, but he was kind of in no man's lane, and Ralphie just couldn't stop in time.
They throw it into Settles. It throws it back down underneath the Gompers. Now they get it inside, and 2 there by Cahill.
So first points there for Enzo Khalil. Ties it up at 2. Just over a minute into today's contest. And again, it was that 2-man game between Gompers and Khalil that worked very well. Gompers 20 points the first time these two teams played.
And we're going to get a whistle and a foul, and they're going to get this one here quickly on Khalil.
Yeah, Khalil's first, team's first. Again, only 5 fouls per quarter. We'll have to ask Mr. John Yerich next to us how he feels about it. Former official for basketball, still officiating on the gridiron.
And they'll bring the ball up there with Harris. And Harris is going to get tagged from behind. Another quick foul. This one is going to be on Xavier Thomas.
His first, team second. So 3 fouls in the early going. And wanted to mention with Ralphie, he picked up the foul against Newcastle. He had 3 fouls early in the game. I think the third foul came with about a minute into the second quarter. Played through it. Not a deep bench for Newcastle. Played through it. Did great job. And, I mean, finished with his 34 points. He's going to need to do it again here tonight. Canes with the ball.
Blundo drives left side. He'll stop and pull up. Shot no good. Rebound there by Weiner. As he brings the ball up. Weiner with the ball. Drives into the lane. Has the ball going to be knocked away. And out of bounds. I think last touch there by the Canes. He'll stay with the Vikings here.
Yeah, it was knocked off of Weiner's leg, actually, but then it 5-holed Warren, and I think he just got a hand on it as it 5-holed him and went back out of bounds. So good quick hands by, I believe it was McKnight, or excuse me, it was Demarion Young in there who got the hand on it and knocked it away.
Down and a little underneath shot by Khalil. Gets them back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, 4-2, and full court pressure now being put on by Central Catholic, trying to amp up the intensity here and force Newcastle to play a little more quickly.
They bring the ball up. Harris with the ball. Now gives it back over, and they're going to try to get the Blundo. Is going to throw it behind them and a turn over the ball here back to the Vikings. 5:36 here to play, first quarter.
And again, one of those uncharacteristic turnovers you don't see a whole heck of a lot of, Tim, but in the end, yeah, the one player going back door, the other one thinking he was going to pop back up to the wing, and goes right into the Central Catholic bench.
They'll give it over to Thomas. They'll work it around the arc. Top of the key, they work it inside, now back out. 3 taken for long, rebound there by Damian Harris. As they give the ball over to Harris, as back over to Blundo, deep 3. Rattles the rim, no good. Rebound there by the Canes. They work it around the corner, another 3 taken. This is up and good.
Yeah, that second 3 much more in the sequence and definitely from a not NBA range, but Ralphie's almost fell. Credit Young for getting the offensive bound.
Going to work it down inside. Shot taken up and good.
All 6 points so far for Enzo Khalil for Central Catholic. They're back up 6-5.
As they work the ball up, Blundo with the ball. Gives it back up top. Top of the key here. They work it down underneath. Blundo with it. Works down inside. Bounce pass inside. Off the glass and good for 2.
Yeah, Blundo may have gotten away with the travel, but he got rid of it just in the nick of time. Actually may have bobbled it on the way through, which is why he was able to get credit with that pass and get it to Warren open on the block.
As they are going to charge down on the other side.
It's Maduro Bonner Law change in possession there, Tim. Protect your possessions. MeduraBonderLaw.com.
So the Canes up by 1 here. The ball going to get knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, Bradley Gomper's just way out of control on that one. And is waiting for it the entire way was the Canes defender. Believe it was Demarion Young there in the paint.
As they work it up, get it over to Young.
And that's going to be the 4th foul. And Gomper's just picked up his 2nd in the backcourt. And again, Gomper's 20-plus points the first time these two teams played. He'll go to the bench midway through the opening quarter.
4:02 here to play in the first. Canes by 1.
So any foul the rest of the way against Central Catholic will put Newcastle at the free throw line. And, I mean, that's one of the keys we didn't really talk about. But, yeah, this free throw shooting of Newcastle this year, any chance they can stop the clock, get to the line, well worth it.
They're working around the arc. With the ball is Harris. Give it up over to Blundo for top of the key 3, no good. Ball's on the ground. It's a kind of a tie-up, and we're going to get a jump ball called here right at the logo.
And again, Demarion Young fighting in there, getting the offensive rebound, and possession arrow in favor of Newcastle.
There we go. They get it into the backcourt. Give it over to Harris.
That shot there from Blundo, an open look, but was kind of falling away at the last second, and the shot ended up being just a bit short.
They work it down inside on the blocks, and it's going to get a foul here. I believe they're going to get that on Settles.
And you know what? We're going to get a little football reference here as going to the line for some bonus free throws is Damian Harrison, but that was clean. If he had just had his hand on the back and and went around to knock the ball away like a defensive back against a receiver. The issue was he grabbed and turned Damian, as you would see, and that's why you're going to see flags thrown if it was on the gridiron. But here, we're not to the Super Bowl yet. Instead, Harrison makes his first free throw.
Yep. So Harrison looking to complete the pair. It rolls the rim, no good. Battle for the ball. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. This time it's going to be against Demarion Young, I believe.
Now they got it on Warren for his first instead.
Okay.
8-6, though, with 3:28 remaining in the opening quarter.
Yeah, pressure in the backcourt here as they bring it up with Thomas. Throws into the corner. Now back up top to Settles. They work it down onto the blocks. They work it down on the baseline. Back up top. Inside the arc. Shot off the glass, no good. Follow up there by Warner, and his shot's going to be no good again. Kings come down with a big bound, and Blundo brings the ball in the forecourt. Gives it back over to Harris. Harris drives inside, finds underneath. Shot up and good by Warren.
Yeah, beautiful find. Behind the back dribble first to get in the lane, and a beautiful shot up and in, high off the glass. Kept the ball high, tooted Warren as he made the catch and shot.
They hand it back off into the forecourt. Khalil with the ball. Khalil drives into the lane. Bounce pass going left side from the corner. Shot no good. Big rebound there by the Canes.
Yeah,
Harris.
one and done so far on every possession except for one right now for Central Catholic. So Canes doing what Coach asked for. You got to win those battles within that 4-foot area around the backboard.
Blundo with the ball. Goes left side. Harris for 3 from the wing. A little too long. Rebound there by the Vikings. Get it out to Thomas. Thomas on the move. Thomas into the lane. He's a runner. Shot is up and good by Thomas.
Yeah, Xavier Thomas, a little transition bucket after the missed 3. Long rebound and quick transition. Central Catholic cutting the lead down to 2.
Harris drives into the lane. Looking underneath shot. Wild shot, no good. Rebound there by the Vikings. Outlet it to Thomas. Thomas on a 2-on-1. Gets it over to Warner, and Warner puts it in.
And again, a wild shot in the lane leads to a breakout and leads to another easy bucket for Central Catholic.
Here comes the Canes. Blundo into the corner. 3 taken. Shot no good. Shot taken there by Harrison. As they get the ball up at Warner. He drives it outside. And it's blocked from behind by Harrison.
But the second one's going to be called for a foul.
Yeah.
Beautiful block, though, first time up by Harrison. Then the second one down ends up leading to the foul. We're going to have our first substitutes in the game coming in for Newcastle. But a couple of quick baskets. And now Pete Gonzalez trying to extend this Central Catholic run as we're tied at 10.
Gonzalez at the line. His first shot is up. Going to rattle the rim. No good. Score remains tied at 10. Minute 21 here to play here in the first. Both teams are in the bonus. We haven't seen that too often in the first quarter this year.
Yeah, Noriega Jackson checking in for Newcastle. Also see Chase Lemon in for the first time, as well as Nate McKnight. So a freshman, a sophomore, and a senior checking in for the Newcastle Red Hurricanes. Staying out there are Harrison and Blundo.
The Gonzalez shot, going to rattle the rim and fall in. He'll split the pair and give a 1-point Viking lead.
7-0 run, though, for Central Catholic just in the last 40 seconds of gameplay.
Blundo with the ball. Blundo drives into the lane. He clears some room, takes the shot, rattles the rim, and falls in.
Yeah,
Alfie's on the board for the first time tonight.
That's what I was going to say. First points tonight. He just had the soft touch of us. That ball held on the rim for a while, bounced around, and found its way down.
Warner with the... Going to give it over to Thomas. Or excuse me, that's Settles. They work it down. Back pass out to Settles. They're working down under the blocks. The shot's going to be wild, or pass is going to be wild, but handled there by Keys as they work it around. Settles gets the ball back, down to 28 seconds on the clock.
The crowd, the K-Nets going crazy behind us because Chase Lemon's made a couple of defensive plays. Hasn't gotten a steal, but he's made a couple of great defensive looks already here in this sequence. Not under 20 seconds left, guarding the ball against Settles.
Settles goes left side, gets it over to Vento. Back to Settles. We're down to 12 seconds. We're down to 9. Settles with the ball, looking for a screen. They work it down into the corner, down on the blocks. Back out to Settles with 2 seconds. 3 taken, no good. Big end of the quarter rebound there by Harrison. We've played one here at the Nikai High Fieldhouse, and the Canes lead 12-11. You're watching LC Sportsnet, powered by LCAP.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. For 8 minutes on the clock as we enter the second quarter, and it's an opportunity to tell you, to remind everybody coming up at halftime, is the LGKG halftime show. Your insurance company is not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Gelbert, Carver, Kelly, and George are. Visit them online at lgkg.com.
Newcastle 1 of 5 from downtown in the first period, 1 of 4 from beyond the arc for Central Catholic, but I'm looking at 3 offensive rebounds for the Canes, just 1 for the Vikings unofficially. And that defensive stand that last minute, that's why you see Chase Lemon still back out there as we start quarter number 2, because Newcastle kept Central Catholic without a quality shot for the last probably, 55 seconds of the opening frame.
With the ball is Weiner inside, going to take it right to the hole, up and good with the charge. Take that back. They're going to get him up high, and he ran into the player. As he delivered it off the thing was DJ Gordon,
Yeah, so that's a perfect one, Pete Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
So if that's in college, it's an automatic block because he would have been in the defensive area, but because McKnight was there's no such thing in high school, but McKnight ends up joining the charge because he had defensive position set up already. Doesn't matter where you are on the court in the high school game, no restrictive arc yet.
No. Been around a long time. Doesn't look like it's going to be introduced anytime soon. Blundo with the ball. Blundo makes his move, gives it back out. They're working around. Drive inside. There by Jackson. Give it back out to Blundo. Rolls the rim. No good. Fight for the rebounds on the ground. Picked up there by Harrison. Takes the shot. No good. Rebound by the Vikings.
And now I got to sprint back. This is where Central Catholic has been hurting you.
As they get back down into the corner. 3 taken. Rattles the rim and falls in.
That's Calvin
and
Vento.
That is Vento for 3.
And then he went and stared down somebody on the Newcastle bench after it. And bench and the officials not happy about that one.
Jackson now to Blundo for 3. Rolls the rim, balls on the through, picked up there by the Canes. As they bring the ball up, making that rebound was Lemon.
Another offensive rebound and another foul drawn. We got that one Keys for his first. So Billy Keys picks up that foul. Newcastle subs coming back in. Jackson and McKnight out. And Warren coming back in, as well as Kyrell Harris.
They throw it up top to Blundo. Throws it down on the block to Warner. Warren takes the shot, no good. Goes for his own rebound.
Yeah.
And they're going to get him coming over the back. And they'll turn the ball back over to Central Catholic here with 6:31 here to play in the second quarter.
That's the second on JT Warren. He's in the game still for now. That's an unfortunate one because he went up for the rebound, but then his momentum basically landed him right on top of the Central Catholic player.
As they bring the ball down into the corner, back up top to Settles. Settles inside the arc at the line, takes the shot. Shot no good. Rebound again. Nice. Big rebound again by Harris for the Canes.
Yeah, there were 3 players there in white jerseys, much closer than anyone else for Central.
Blundo takes it to the hole. Shot no good. Ball's loose. And which way is it going?
It's going to come down.
Catholic way.
Yeah, good drive in, but a good last-second block, I believe, coming over at the last second I believe it was Settles coming over and getting a hand on it and altering the shot, and then Lemon trying to get the rebound ended up being the last to touch it. So still a 2-point Central lead here early in the second quarter.
Khalil with the ball. Hands it back off. They work it around the arc. Renner with the ball down to give it over to Settles. Back up top to Cahill. They work it down inside the blocks. Runner shot taken, no good. Rebound there again by the Canes.
Good job by Harrison, and then finding Lemon to save it from going out of bounds.
Harris brings the ball up. They work it in the corner. It's Harrison for 3. Good.
Big shot, Damian Harrison, his second trifecta of the evening. Canes back up by 1.
As they bring the ball up. Weiner with the ball, 15-14, Canes with the lead. Settles, brings it back out. They work it up top.
This is the game Newcastle wants to be playing, though. Games that are, 10, 11, 12 points per quarter, not the 15 or 16 per quarter they've been averaging.
They go to the left side and give it over to Settles. Settles guarded there by Harris. As they give the ball back up top, working right side. Get over to Khalil. Working into Warner. Lost shot. Picked up there by Blundo. Blundo brings the ball up court. He has room down the middle. Throws it back out. He finds the trailer. That is Harrison, and it's good for 2.
Oh, what a beautiful find. It looked like he was just going to go up for the layup, but then all of a sudden, almost like he had eyes in the back of his head, found Harrison for the easy left-handed layup.
Settles. Gives it back over to Cahill. Khalil drives down the left side. Going to work underneath right side. Off the glass and good for 2.
And now we're going to have a whistle on a timeout. Khalil now with 8 points. It's going to be a full timeout, Tim, with a 17-16 Newcastle advantage. It's our first Pontius Insurance timeout. Make sure you take the timeout and save money on your insurance. Auto, business, home, and life insurance. Visit it all at PontiusInsurance.com. But I want to go back to that dish from Blundo, getting it back to Harrison, because that all actually began with the great defense to force the turnover. Weiner had the errant pass. It would have gone into the Canes bench, would have easily been Newcastle ball. But Ralphie said, no, I want it. I'm going to go with it and try to run quickly up the court with it. And because of that, you get the odd man rush and you get the easy bucket. We've seen all that for Central Catholic tonight with the odd man rush. First time we've really seen Newcastle be able to take advantage of it themselves.
Yeah, that's going to be key as they continue to take advantage of this. It's a very tight ball game. 1 point lead here for the Canes. 4:18 here to play.
Damian Harrison leading all scorers with 9. Enzo Khalil now with 8 to lead for Central Catholic. So he has 8 of the 16 for the Vikings. Damian Harrison 9 of the 17 for the Canes. Midway through this second quarter. And luckily the Canes so far are doing a lot more, or they're doing what Tim Contenza's not doing. They're making their shots as Tim misfires on his attempt into the garbage can behind us.
Didn't roll it up. My fault. Lemons will throw it in. They get it in, and back to Lemon. They give it over to Harrison as he brings the ball up. Harrison drives down the left side, throws it back up top. Harris with the ball. Harris makes his move, goes inside, a little jumper. It rolls the rim, falls off, and up and in, almost just shy of going in was McKnight.
But then it's going to be an errant pass on the outlet as trying to get it out was Gompers and ends up going back out of bounds for a turnover right back. But, man, the soft touch looked like both should have fallen, both the little floater first from Kyrell Harris and then the Nate McKnight putback.
So Young will check back in.
Hey, give a shout-out to our newbie of the game coming out, Chase Lemon. Great minutes coming off the bench. He played fantastic, about 4 or 5 minutes off the bench. Quality minutes here for the Canes tonight.
Harrison gives it inside to Blundo. It's going to be stolen away. They outlet it down court. They'll slow it down. They work it down into the blocks. Turnaround shot, no good. Fight for the ball. It is going to be stripped away there by the Canes. This time Harris comes away with it. Gives it over to Blundo. Blundo top of the key. Blundo gives it back to Harrison. Harrison drives into the lane. Harrison off the glass, but he's going to get fouled in the process. And that foul is going to go on Thomas. That's his second.
Second against Thomas with 3:21 remaining. And then glad Coach Blundo got the indestructible glasses because that turnover thrown from Demarion Young was not pleased with the decision to throw it into the lane. The glasses went flying actually onto the court. He had to go and corral them as the game was going on. But, that's a new one there.
Harris hits them both. 19-16 Canes lead. Ball's on the floor, and it's going to get rolled out of bounds. They'll stay with Central Catholic.
Yeah, Blundo stepped in front of the pass to the middle and just couldn't snag it, and it rolled all the way back out of bounds.
Again, pressure by the Canes in the backcourt. They get it over to Thomas. There's the winner. They'll get it into Khalil, and Khalil put it up and in.
Khalil now in double digits with 10, but they break the press that time to Central Catholic, and a good 2-on-1 move to put it up and in.
Bringing the ball up is Harris. Harris with the ball. Gives it over to Harrison. Harrison back to Harris.
Not easy when those are players at number 2 and number 3, Harrison and Harris.
Yes. Blundo gives it back over. It's going to be Harris for 3. Shot no good. Rebound. It's blocked there by the Canes. Got it. Harrison goes up second time. Shot no good. Young with a big rebound. Out to Blundo. Blundo's threes off the front of the rim. Rebound there by the Vikings. They outlet it to Khalil, and Khalil goes up and off the glass for 2.
Enzo Khalil had 8 the first time these two teams played. He's got 12 here tonight, and a timeout taken by Newcastle. Man, everything but the ball going in. It's a full timeout. Tim, let's take a quick one here as well.
You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
.229 remaining here in the second quarter. Canes trail by 1. It is Blundo, Jackson, Harrison, and Warner on the court here for the Canes. Blundo will throw it in. They'll show some pressure in the backcourt here for the Vikings. Got to get it in. They do to Jackson. Jackson brings the ball up, gives it back over to Blundo. As they cross time court, they'll give it up to Harris. Into the corner where Harris had blocked and knocked out of bounds. They'll stay with the Canes here. 2:19 here to play in the quarter. The Vikings by 1. Blundo will throw the ball in. Give it over to Jackson. Jackson, top of the key. Goes left side to Harris. Over to Harrison. Back to Jackson. Over to Blundo, top of the key. Blundo makes his move, goes inside the lane, goes up strong, no good. Rebound there by Thomas. Thomas on the move, throws it back outside for a 3. Rattles the rim, no good. Rebound there by the Canes. As they get it back up again, it's Khalil Harris with the ball. Harris drives inside, a little runner, short, no good. Rebound there again by the Vikings.
Yeah,
Thomas with the ball.
Another wild shot there from Harris is all over, and Gompers is going to get
go inside. Going to get a little contact along the way.
Just a little. Basically went right through. Blundo wasn't in defensive position. Noriega Jackson is going to get the personal.
So that will put Gompers at the line. 1:38 remaining here in the half.
If you were Coach Blundo and you said that you kept Bradley Gompers off the board for the first,
almost 15 minutes.
Yeah, and he gets his first point there at the line. Again, he had 20 the first time these two teams played. Makes his first there, make it 21-19 Vikings.
Gompers looks and shoots. Front of the rim, no good, and we get a whistle. Get a lane violation?
Yeah, lane violation. They should have blown it right away, right? If it was against Central Catholic.
Yeah.
I got the explanation you just got from Mr. Nick Carasone. By the way, James Reeder, Anthony Oviel, and Nick Carasone are your 3 men in stripes tonight.
Ball's loose, picked up there by the Canes. Give it over to Jackson. Top of the key is Blundo. Blundo. Going to make his move now, gives it back out to Harrison. Harrison for a deep 2. Shot no good. Ball on the ground, picked up there by Werner. As he gets the ball out to Khalil. Khalil shot no good. Rebound there again by Harrison.
I got Harrison with 7 bounds already here, Tim.
Yeah. He has been around the ball all evening. Minute 5 here to play in the quarter as the Canes trail by 2. They work it around the arc. Jackson with the ball. Give it over to Blundo. Fakes a 3. Drives down the left side. Tries to work inside. Off the glass. Good.
Ties the game at 21. Good job again from Blundo getting in the lane. Got the defender up in the air before putting that one up.
They bring the ball up.
And now it looks like the Vikings are going to try to hold for the final shot. Down to 30 seconds remaining. Peyton Wayner will be dribbling it.
Wayner with the ball.
Central Catholic quarterback.
Don't feel bad. I've done the same thing.
All right. We're even. We're done.
15 seconds remaining here in the half. Blundo takes his defensive position. Wayner looks for a screen. Goes down the line. Throws it back out. 3 taken. Back of the rim. No good. Rebound again. Harrison out to Blundo. He'll try a midcourt shot and off the front of the rim. And we are tied at 21 here at halftime.
Yeah, the bucket from Blundo here to end the first half, and then a chance almost with the half-court heave. But again, the pump, the drive, getting the points in the paint, it's huge. That one ties it up here as we head to the locker room.
Well, the score tied at 21. We're going to take this time out. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve. Congratulations to our January LCAP Team of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet proud to honor the Neshannock Competitive Spirit Squad as January's LCAP Team of the Month for their WPIAL 2A Large Squad Championship and third place finish at the state competition. Congratulations to Coach Colleen Daughtry and the Neshannock Competitive Spirit Team, our January LCAP Team of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Casey Wilson of Laurel Wrestling as the January LGKG Red Zone Male Athlete of the Month. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Aaron Capavo of Mohawk and Leah Crayrup of Wilmington as our January LGKG Red Zone Female Co-Athletes of the Month. Congratulations, best of luck to Laurel's Casey Wilson, Mohawk's Aaron Capavo, and Wilmington's Leah Crayrup, the LGKG Athlete of the Month, presented by the Red Zone. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
That was awesome.
Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
We are at half here. This is the LGKG halftime show. Let the law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers guide you through the legal process. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. As we here at halftime, in the first quarter, Newcastle led by 1, 12-11. But in the second quarter, Central Catholic outscored the Kings by 1, 10-9. And that's where we're at here at halftime at 21. And tonight's scoring recap is brought to you by Masters Builders and Craftsmen, family-owned and operated general construction for over 4 generations. Their extensive construction experience, designs, and capabilities and creative process allow us to help any project meet any challenge. Building our community for 70 years. Visit gembuilders.com for more information.
So we'll start with Central Catholic. Leading all scores right now is Enzo Collier with 12 points on 6 2-pointers. Calvin Vento with a 3. Xavier Thomas and Peyton Wayner each with deuces. And Pete Gonzalez 1 of 2 from the free throw line, as was Bradley Gompers 1 of 2 from the line. Central Catholic 11 in the first, 10 in the second for 21 total. Newcastle led by Damian Harrison, 11 points on a pair of threes and 3 of 4 from the line, also a 2-pointer in there. A pair of 2s for Ralphie Blundo, a pair of 2s for JT Warren, and single 2 for Kyrell Harris to round out Newcastle. 12 in the first, 9 in the second. They have a 21-spot total as well. 21-21, your halftime score. And again, we kind of alluded to it, Tim, how important I think that really is, the lower scoring affair that they have going on here tonight, because Newcastle averaging 54 points allowed per game. When you put that in the math, that's about 18 points per quarter.
Right.
I mean, Coach Blundo is always, he's want that 9 to 10 point per quarter. I think he's realistic with the squad he has this year. If he can get it down to that, 11, 12 point per quarter, it's a huge, huge difference, and that's exactly where Newcastle is right now, allowing 11 and 10 per quarter here tonight. That's they have to be able to do that, for another 16 minutes. And again, I can't say enough, though, about the play that you saw defensively when Nate McKnight came in, and especially when Chase Lemon came in. Their defensive prowess was absolutely crucial to that to what they were able to just do there.
Yeah, going back to your point earlier about the trying to keep them down, as you mentioned, they are averaging 54 points per game defensively all season long. But here's the key: when you look at the section play this year, the Kings are giving up 65 points per game, and that's what you were talking about earlier. That trying to keep that at a level.
Got to give a shout out real quick.
Right.
They just did the announcements here for the King and Queen of Hearts fundraiser. It's been a tradition. This year, the students chose to honor 2 Newcastle High School graduates who lost their battle with cancer, Gabrielle Bradley and Carlos Akins. Combined, $18,441.50 were raised by these students. And it's also a little competition they have, this King and Queen of Hearts fundraiser. The junior prince and princess were Ben Bryson and Kares Manjiri, and the senior king and queen, Angel Porras and Mara Drader, were the champions again this year. Mara Drofer, excuse me. They were last year's prince and princess. They made a two-peat of it. Congratulations to them.
Impressive.
And thank you to Miss Besondeko for allowing us to steal those notes and get those names right, because that's a real cool fundraiser, and we love being able to shout those young men and women out.
As I was mentioning, and when you look at Section 1 play for the Canes coming into tonight, they're averaging 59 points on the scoreboard offensively, but we're giving up 65 points. So back to your point of keeping this a low-scoring affair, 21 points in the first half is getting that job done.
Oh, big time. And that's what he's been trying to get all year long as Coach Blundo. And you knew it was going to be a work in progress. I mean, he said it perfectly. They're progressing. They're progressing great, just not to the level that we want or we need them to, really, when you're playing 6A basketball. And you can't say it enough, though. The way that they've played here tonight defensively has been the big key, and that's what's going to have to do. Again, you have 16 more minutes. Can you go and do it? All it takes is a couple of shots to go down for either one of these teams, and it's a completely different scenario all around, because I have Central Catholic right now. They went 2 of 7 unofficially from downtown in the first half, and Newcastle 2 of 8 by my count. So very similar. If one team starts shooting a little bit hot, watch out. But I think the big thing, too, transition defense back, Tim, because that's where I would say Central Catholic's probably got a majority of their posts. Of their points.
I was going to say at least half of them in transition. There's no question about it. All right, let's take another timeout. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the start of the third quarter in the second half of tonight's game. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone. When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with a level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenopleopole or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's keys of the game. Work in Progress Paint Services brings you tonight's keys of the game. And in the second half, let's look at the progress. Looking forward to our Work in Progress keys of the game. Call Joe Wright at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next painting project.
For Newcastle, that defense, man, it came out big time. No second chances. They've gotten the second chance advantage for sure. Again, I have the offensive rebounds at 8-1 in the first half in favor of Newcastle. And for Central Catholic on the other side, their defense has been the pressure defense, because Newcastle has done a good job for the most part against it, but that transition game is where their difference has been made. Who's going to knock down the shots, Tim? That's going to be the difference here in the second half, no question in my mind.
All right, 8 minutes on the clock as we start the third quarter. Canes with the ball as Harris brings the ball up. Gives it over to Harrison. Give it over to Blundo in the lane. Blundo right side, runner up and good.
And that's going to be my second half key. Get Ralphie Blundo quality shots here as they progress in the second half. Only his 6th point of the game. Tough runner there. They really tried to lock him down after putting up 34 against the Vikings the first time.
Gives it over to Settles. Settles drives baseline, dump pass inside. Shot is going to be called a charge.
That's your third Maduro Bonner Law change in possession of the game, and I believe it was, again, drawing it.
I believe it would have been Settles, right?
Yeah, Settles gets the foul, and Young's the one who draws the charge yet again.
Now get it in or get some token pressure here by the Vikings. Harris brings the ball up. Harris guarded there by Thomas. Gets a screen there by Blundo. Top of the key is Harrison for 3. In and out. Rebound Settles, and he goes to the floor, but he's going to be bumped there by Warner.
And another
unintentional foul there.
Yeah, he came down, kind of tripped over J.T. Warren. That's his third here with 7:16 remaining in the third quarter. So keep an eye on that one, Tim.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 to 3
Kinda
fouls.
Unlucky, yeah.
Very unlucky fouls. That's a good word for it, unlucky.
With the ball is Thomas as he brings the ball up. Work it down inside. They get it to Gompers as he turnaround shot, no good. Settles is underneath, gets the rebound, goes up and good for 2.
His first points, and again, the offensive rebound, haven't seen much of it today. And Gompers, he doesn't have a bucket. That one down and out, but a good follow-up from Vernon Settles.
So again, a little token pressure here by Thomas as Harris brings it into the forecourt. Harris gives it over to Young, to Blundo. Blundo drives down the lane. Blundo on the move, takes a roll. Shot no good. Rebound again by Settles on that volleyball action. And Settles brings the ball up. Settles drives down the right side. Shot rolls the rim, no good. Rebound there by Khalil. Take shot no good. Rebound there by Warren. And they're going to get a foul on a reach-in, I believe, on Wayner. No, take that back. They're going to get it on Khalil.
Yeah, good strong rebound there from Warren on the way back up, and then, yeah, he was hit from behind. As you see on your LCAP instant replay. 6:17 remaining here in the third quarter.
Got to get the ball in, and they do. Give it over to Harris. Brings it up in the forecourt. Harris down into the corner. Gives it over to Blundo. Blundo back over to Harris. He'll take a 3 from the wing. Back of the rim, no good. Kane's there for the rebound, can't get it. It goes on a bounce to Thomas. Thomas brings the ball in the forecourt. Gets it in the corner as they give it over to Gompers.
Yeah, good defense there from Harrison, not letting Gompers get the baseline.
Gompers going to work down underneath. A running hook shot, no good, but he is fouled. And I'll put Brad Gompers back at the line here for Central Catholic. It's 1 of 2 here tonight.
Yeah, good job to get established position back by Gompers, and then watch as he backs his way in. Just a little bit too much body, kind of pushing the chest out there defensively was Harrison.
So Gompers' shot is front of the rim, no good. Score remains tied at 23 with 5:48 here to play in the third quarter. Gompers looks to split the pair and does. He has 2 tonight. Both coming from the line. Harris brings the ball up here for the Canes.
Central Catholic back now in the lead. First lead of the second half for the Vikings. We're going
to get him off the ball here. They're going to get this on Settles.
That's his third. Oh, they have a second. I have a third.
Yeah.
We'll confirm.
Give it into Warren, over to Harrison. Harrison gives it back to Blundo. Blundo looking to direct traffic. He's going to get a screen. Goes down left side, works it on the baseline, back out. Working up top. That's Young for three. Good.
Big three for Young. Maybe getting away with a double dribble was Ralphie Blunt on the way in, but they said it was knocked away from him, and is spotting up the Marion Young for three.
With the ball, Khalil. He'll try to answer with a three. And they're going to
off
get
the ball
foul on Warren. No, on Young. Excuse me.
Interesting.
That was before the shot.
But yeah, watch his drive. Got away with maybe a double dribble, but kept the dribble just going. Really didn't touch it. So that's I think looking at the replay, actually a good call. Didn't think so live, but definitely a good working of the ball.
They work it up to Settles. They work it over to Wayner. Back out to Settles. Settles. Back over to Gompers. Works it down inside. Spins. Shot taken. No good. Khalil tries to follow. Gets his own rebound. Second shot, and he's going to be fouled. And they're going to get this on Harrison.
Yeah, just too many second chance efforts right here. Look at him flying in. Nobody puts a body on him. And that's why he's getting the second and third chance efforts. And I think it's pretty obvious. Trying to get Bradley Gompers more looks down low, maybe forcing a couple shots because they're not going. But it's been 4 offensive rebounds for Enzo Khalil himself here in this third quarter. That's been the difference in keeping the Vikings in the game, really.
Yeah. And that's Khalil at the line, and he'll hit both.
Tie it back up at 26.
Blundo with the ball here for the Canes. 4:45 here to play in the third. Blundo brings the ball up. Gives it over to Young, and the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. Will stay with the Canes.
And neither team has led by more than 4 points here tonight, Tim. And you just kind of think there's a run coming from some team. The question is, which team is going to be able to do it?
Blundo with the ball. Definitely a defensive battle here between these two schools. Give it over to Young. Young looks inside, gives it up top. They work it outside the arc. Give it up to Blundo, top of the key. Blundo backs it off. Blundo gets his pick. Continues to roll. Now it's at the line. Throws it back out. Weak pass, but picked up there. And a reach-in foul. Going to get this on Gompers.
And again, a hard luck foul. And that's now Gompers' third with 4:10 remaining in the third quarter. So Gompers and Settles each with 3. JT Warren for Newcastle with 3.
4:10 here to play. Get it into Blundo.
And this is the pace Newcastle was hoping for, and they've been able to dictate the pace here all night, Real Tim.
Yeah, both teams scored 5 so far in the quarter. Blundo with the ball, turnaround triple. Good!
First 3 of the night for Ralphie Blundo, and it comes at a huge time. 3-point lead and a foul at the other end. And right, you can't celebrate too long because they didn't get back down the court. That's where Central Catholic has been lethal tonight.
Thomas takes it into the hole and will go to the line shooting 2 here.
Xavier
and
Thomas.
That is the fifth, so they'll be in the bonus the rest of the way of the quarter with 3:50 here to play.
Yeah, as Xavier Thomas will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws.
Thomas' shot is good.
Well, I have a moment to remind you about our Penn Ohio Bottled Water podcast series. Tune in each and every week. That's what we'll have the rest of the way as we get into the playoffs. We'll have weekly updates coming, delivering you all the great stuff. That's what Penn Ohio Bottled Water does, delivering you the good stuff. Get water straight to your home or work.
So Thomas, second shot, no good. Rebound there by the Canes. They'll get it out to Harris. Harris on the left side. Works it down in the baseline to Harrison. Throw across to Young. Nice save there. Give it over to Blundo. Blundo with the ball back up. They'll work it to Young into the corner. And Harrison's going to lose control of the ball, but he'll stay with the Canes. 3:33 remaining here in the third.
Here's the difference, Tim. A little the inside-out play. You saw it with Harrison's 3. This time on that last 3 from Ralphie Blundo as well, being able to just work it around the perimeter, not just a spot-up 3, working the ball around and setting up a more in the flow of the offense 3-point attempt.
Harrison with the ball, top of the key. He's inside the arc. It's going to be battered away, but Blundo comes down with it. He's going to get mugged, but no call. as the ball gets stolen away there by Harrison. Harrison on the ground, finds Blundo. Blundo rolls it in, up and good for 2.
Can you mark that one down? Can you say Maley Chiropractic played the game, Melanie?
Yes.
Whoa!
What an effort by the two of them.
You lose it, you get it back, you avoid the travel, and you find the trailer. And how about Ralphie Blundo basically picking it up on a short hop, like a short stop, and laying it in, avoiding the travel himself.
Settles with the ball, gives it over to Wayner. Wayner drives inside, and he is going to pick up the foul. And let's see who they get this on.
Well, while we figure that out, let's check out again that LCAP instant replay. Watch this. You lose it, but then you stay with the play. Damian Harrison pokes it away from behind. No one saw it coming, and the presence of mind to find the trailer for the little lay-in. Beautiful, beautiful play. You get the turnover, you get it right back, Tim. And it's been pretty clean. I got 5 turnovers apiece for both of these schools.
Wayner at the line. I believe they got that on Harrison on that foul.
Yes, up here, so.
And that first shot is up and good by Wayner. Wayner now with 5. Second shot is good. And it's a 2-point Canes lead. Harris will bring the ball up here for the Canes.
Quarterback against quarterback. Harris being guarded by Wayner as they cross the timeline.
Give it over to Lemon. Back. They work it over to Harrison. Harrison with the ball. Loses control. Picked up there by Khalil. Out to Wayner. Wayner loses control, and they're going to get a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, somebody got him on the arm on the way up.
Blundo or Lemon. Let's see who they get here. We're going to get Lemon.
Yeah, good quick hands, and then again, the transition running out in front. Yeah, Lemon got him on the arm.
So they'll put Peyton Wayner at the line as he will see if he can tie this game up, if he can hit both ends of this 3-throw shot.
We got a out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority going your way. At the end of the first quarter, Butler leading 23-20 in their game. Butler
Wayner,
taking on North Allegheny.
Excuse me, puts the first one through. Second shot is good. Tied at 31.
So Wayner 4 for 4 free throws in about the last 30 seconds of play.
A little pressure here by the Vikings. Lemon with the ball. They're going to have to get it over the timeline, and they did not.
Coach Blundo was asking for a timeout, but the ref did not hear him.
Yeah.
He requested a time, but it was not heard.
So Vento will throw it in here for Central Catholic. 2:14 remaining here in the quarter. Khalil with the ball. Give it over to Settles. To Wayner. Wayner going to drive right side. Now give it back out. They'll set it up top of the key. Khalil giving it into the corner. Vento for 3. Shot no good. Tipped. And they're going to get, I believe, that's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, and that's also the 5th foul because going over the back was Pete Gonzalez. It's the 5th foul of the quarter, so we have bonus free throws coming up. Bonus free throws brought to you by Castle Asphalt. They know the importance of making a good first impression, Tim, and tell you what, Newcastle making a great first impression here tonight. Give Castle Asphalt a call. Visit them online, castleasphalt.com.
So Ralphie Blundo at the line, looking for his first shot to fall through, and it does. He now has 12. And gives the lead back to the Canes, 32-31. Jackson will check in here for Harris. So it's Jackson, Lemon, Blundo, McKnight, and Harrison on the court here for the Canes. And the second shot is missed. 1-point lead here for the Canes. Khalil with the ball as he brings the ball up. Gives it over to Wayner. Work bounce pass outside to Settles. Get it to Gonzalez. Now back up to Wayner. Wayner works inside the arc. Throws into Gonzalez. Loses control of the ball. Picked up there by Blundo. Blundo on the move on the left lane. Blendo goes up strong. He'll pick up the foul. Shot's no good. But that will put Ralphie at the line, shooting 2 here for the Canes with 1:27 remaining here in the quarter.
But it all started with the quick poke away from Lemon and then drawing the contact on the way up as Blundo would get himself right back to the line. And again, this was kind of something we mentioned too. Get to the line. You're a 71% free throw shooting team. This is only the 7th and 8th free throw shot tonight here by Newcastle.
And Blundo puts that one in. 2-point lead here for the Canes. Largest lead of the night has been 4 for either team.
And Tim, I believe that was foul number 4 against Vernon Settles, by the way. He checks out of the
you
contest.
are correct.
So 127 remaining in the third.
Blendo misses the back end, and it's a 2-point lead here for the Canes. Vento with the ball. Gives it over to Thomas. To Khalil. He'll take a 3. Puts it in.
First time they've really given space on the outside. They said, go ahead, Enzo, try it. And he's knocking it down.
Blendo brings the ball up. Blendo with the right hand into the lane. Gives it over to Jackson. Jackson stops his dribble. Throws it back out. Gives it over to Harrison. Harrison gives it back up. It's Blendo top of the key for 3. Good!
He was at half court before that ball tickled the twine, Tim. He knew it was in. Canes back up by 2.
Down to 44 seconds. As they work it inside, they're going to get Thomas, and he's going to get fouled. And now we'll put Xavier Thomas back at the line here for Central Catholic.
Second 3 of the quarter, by the way, for Ralphie Blundo. He's now got a game-high 15 points, matching Enzo Khalil on the other end.
.5 seconds remaining here in the third. Shot's going to roll the rim, no good there by Thomas. So it stays a 2-point lead here for the Canes as JT Warren will check back in and McKnight will come out here for the Canes. Thomas at the line. He shoots. Puts it in. Thomas with 4 there tonight. Pressure in the backcourt here by the Vikings. They got 1 turnover earlier. Lemon with the ball. Stops his dribble. They got to get it over. They do this time, and then Lemon with it. He'll work inside. He'll take a little jumper shot. No good. Warren's there for the rebound. Up and good for 2. JT Warren in the right place at the right time. Taking that little shot there by Lemon and then putting it back in for 2.
Canes back up by 3, down to 12 seconds remaining.
Khalil with the ball down to 9 seconds. Khalil going to drive inside and try get it out to Wayner. He'll get the 3 off, rolls the rim, no good. We have played 3/4 of a basketball game here at the Nikai High Fieldhouse. Canes lead by 3, 38-35. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
8 minutes on the clock as we enter the fourth quarter. On the court for the Canes is Blundo, Lemon, Jackson, Warren, and Harrison. For Central Catholic, it is Hill, Wayner. Checking in now is Billy Keys, along with Thomas and Gumpers. So,
quick stat for you, Tim. In this game so far, we've had 6 ties and 13 lead changes. Neither team has led by more than 4 points.
Wayner with the ball. Wayner gives it back out to Thomas, left corner. And the ball's going to be off the Canes, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to stay with Central.
Yep. So Khalil will have the honors to toss it in from underneath the basket.
Blundo with 15, Khalil with 15, your leading scorers for each team.
Wayner inside the arc, takes a jumper, rolls the rim, no good. Rebound by Jackson, out to Blundo. Blundo brings the ball up. He'll slow it down. Blundo for three, rolls the rim, no good. Ball batted in the air, picked up by Thomas, stolen by the Canes. Thomas going up and over, and we're going to get a tie-up. Yes.
Yeah, as he went up, he tried to let it go back down, did Harrison. A real smart play to try to do that, but he didn't do it in time. So there's going to be a held ball, and I think a good call here as it was held on the way up.
Credit to Jackson keeping that possession alive, getting that steal back here by the Canes earlier in that play.
Yeah, only 7 turnovers apiece. Really impressive play from both of these teams.
Blundo for three, and he's going to air ball, but Jackson saves it to Lemon. Nice play again by Jackson. Stolen away by Khalil, and it's going to stay with the Canes as he knocks the ball out of bounds. 7:17 here to play, fourth quarter.
Yeah, you've called Nora Jackson's name a couple of times now here for making some big plays. Got a steal, got an extra possession there, and then gets an extra possession here with the offensive bounce.
So Harris checks back in for Lemon. Throwing the backcourt, give it to Jackson. Jackson bounced past to Warren. Over to Blundo behind the arc. Blundo with the ball. Back it off. 7 minutes here to play in the quarter.
And this is what Coach Blundo has been screaming all game. Be patient, be patient. Run your set, make a good pass, make a good decision with the basketball when you have it.
Blundo with the ball. Backs it off. Cahill with the defense. Blundo looking to engage. Goes left side, gets it over to Harris.
Now they're content to run some clock here, I think, more than anything.
Yep.
Running the weave. Little four corners weave action.
Yeah, see if they can get to the line with a foul, but it's Blundo driving down the lane, takes the runner, rolls the rim, no good. Rebound there by the Vikings as they get the ball out to Thomas. Thomas into the corner. Khalil for three. Rolls the rim, no good. Rebound is going to be lost. Last touch there by the Canes going out of bounds. Last touch by Harrison. And he'll stay with the Vikings with 6:11 here to play.
Yeah, and the reason I drove into the lane on the last one did Blundo is because there was a breakdown in the defense when they tried to go for a steal, and they ended up going driving right into the lane, just the shot didn't fall.
Thomas with the ball in the backcourt. Gives it over to Keys. Keys with the ball, drives into the lane, throws it back out. Khalil with the ball. Khalil gives it over, work it down inside the Gompers. Rolls the rim up and good off the glass there.
And that's really the first time that you've had a defensive breakdown there, Tim, that they didn't get or didn't have backside help against Gompers. We have a whistle and a foul called going for a loose ball against Harris. So it's going to be a Newcastle turnover. But just to go back to that last play, on the switch, they got Gompers against Blundo, and that's just a huge mismatch, and the backside help just wasn't there in time.
So Keys will throw it in.
Second foul against Harris.
They throw it in the backcourt, get it to Thomas. Wayner now with the ball here for the Vikings. Over to Khalil. Khalil drives in the lane, has room. Off the glass, two. And they're going to get a blocking foul against the Canes.
Yeah, Jackson slid in just a split second too late. And again, the backside help just, like I said, a split second too late, leading to this three-point play opportunity.
So 1 point lead now here for the Vikings. And Enzo at the line trying to get his 20th point of the game. Looks and shoots. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound there by Gompers. He goes high off the glass, no good. Warren comes down for the Canes, out to Jackson. Jackson will bring the ball up, give it over to Blundo. Blundo. And we're going to get a timeout, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here as Coach Blundo will huddle his players around him and remind everybody about the health and motion, keeping you moving, the newbie of the game. And that is, of course, going to be Lemon here this week, as no referrals needed to visit Health and Motion Physical Therapy. Come in for a 15-minute consultation and save those unnecessary trips to the doctor's office. Don't wait months to start feeling better. Notice a difference after your first visit. Give them a call at 724-856-3683. And, of course, this is a Pontus Insurance timeout.
So 39-38 with 5:20 remaining. Central Catholic leading Newcastle game now with 14 lead changes in it.
5:20 remaining here. Canes will throw it in. Blunda will have the chores.
How many of these pairs of glasses over here are Mr. John Yerage's, and how many pairs of glasses are Coach Blundo's? There's 3 glasses sitting here to our right. It's sitting on the table.
We got to put him to use over here.
Absolutely. I got an extra headset. We could have done it.
Jackson drives down in the lane. Throws it back up, gives it over to Harris drives, rolls the rim and falls in. Kirill Harris with a big deuce.
Huge, and that one hung on the rim forever. And actually, somebody grabbed the net as it went through the hoop as well, but the ball had already made its way through the cylinder.
Khalil underneath, they'll go up and good, they're going to get a charge.
He extended the arm. That's why Khalil gets the offensive foul. The Medora Bonner Law change in possession, Tim, because he extended the arm.
And that's his fourth, right?
I have him for 3.
Okay.
But look at this drive on the other end first from Harris. And it hangs and finds its way down. And Coach Urso not pleased because that is the fourth. That's the fourth charge against Central Catholic.
Yeah.
And he has got an official warning.
I think we're going to get close here. He might. That's good officiating.
Yes.
Just walk away.
Yes.
Don't get it. Don't challenge the coach. Just walk away. Let him get it off his chest and move on. I like that.
Yeah, especially a 1-point game.
Exactly.
No cheap text. Let him say his piece. Say it politely enough.
Right, and then move on. Jackson with the ball. Give it over to Blundo. Back to Harris. Go to Harrison. Harrison guarded there tight. Give it over to Blundo. 4:22 remaining here in the quarter. 1 point Canes lead. Blundo inside the arc. Blundo lays it off. Back of the rim. High rebound there by Gompers. Gets it out to Thomas. Out to Wayner. Wayner works inside. He's going to travel? Or
a push led to the travel against Noriega.
They're going to get that on Jackson.
But real quick, I got to go back to the charge foul. That last one, no doubt in my mind, was a charge. A couple of the other ones earlier I could see going either way. But I think that last one definitely a good charge call. As we have another 30-second timeout here taken, which gives another chance to give you your out-of-town scoreboard. Why drive when you can relax and ride? The Newcastle Transit Authority is going your way. Senior citizens ride for free. Butler leading North Allegheny at the half, 44-35. Tim, we saw a crazy game last night where Elwood City hit 8 3-pointers in the first half.
Wow.
Butler's got 11.
Oh, you got to love the three-point line. When you're hot, changes the game in a minute, don't it?
Well, and when you live and die by the 3, though, that's what happened to Elwood City last night.
Exactly. On the court for the Canes is Jackson, Harris, Harrison, Blundo, and Warren. For Central Catholic is Wayner, Thomas, Cahill, Keys, and Gompers. Cahill with the ball. Cahill gives it back out to Gompers for a deep 3. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound there by Warren.
Strong rebound from Warren.
Get the ball over to Harris. Over in the hands of Ralphie Blundo. 3:50 here to play in the quarter. Give it over to top of the key to Warren. That is Harrison for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Fight for the ball. Gompers comes down with it. Gompers brings the ball up. They'll give it over to Khalil. Over to Wayner. To Thomas. Left side baseline. Shot taken, no good. Rebound there by Warren. Outs it to Harrison. Harrison stops his dribble, finds Warren. Over to Blundo for a 3. No. Warren tries to get the rebound. Comes into Jackson's hands. Jackson back out. It's Harrison for 3. Yes!
And with a Tiger Woods fist pump from Coach Blundo, the offensive rebound, the second chance, the inside out, Tim. That's what we've been looking for. And Harrison drains his third 3 of the night.
Give it over to Thomas. 3 minutes here to play in the game.
The grit, the scrappiness, that's the Newcastle team you're used to seeing.
The 4-point lead, the largest of the night by either team. As they drive inside, shot no good. Rebound here by Blundo. Blundo on a fast break. Blundo from the left side, off the glass, good for 2. And the biggest lead of the night here for the Canes, now at 6. Thomas brings the ball up. Thomas will take the shot at the lane. Shot no good. Rebound there by Warren. Harris brings it back out to Harrison. Harrison goes up strong. Shot taken, no good. Rebound there by Gompers.
Great defense. Straight up and down was Keys.
They work it into Thomas. Thomas on the cutter is up and good for 2 with a timeout.
And Blundo's down on the end of the court. I think it landed on a foot. Keys on the other end was straight up and down. And Blundo down. I don't know if he turned an ankle or if he's looking at the knee.
He's holding up the leg. I think it might be a cramp.
If it's just a cramp, that's about
the best case scenario.
Yeah.
So it's a full timeout by Central Catholic with 2:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Canes lead 45-41.
Let's sneak a quick one in here as well, Tim. 2:20 remaining at lcsportsnet.com.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter, and physical and spiritual care. Some are struggling with abuse and addiction. They feel alone, unloved, and forgotten. Individual, caring people provide their hope. You can help change the lives of men, women, and children. Visit cityrescuemission.org and help us today.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
2:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Canes by 4.
And Newcastle's going to take their 30-second timeout so that they can keep Blundo on the floor.
On the floor, I was just going to say, because the trainer came onto the floor to look at and to help Ralphie Blundo when he was down on the far end, then he would have to come out of the game, out of that timeout. So if you take the second timeout, they can reinsert him.
So while we have a moment, give a quick shout out again. Our Athlete of the Month, your LGKG Athletes of the Month, presented by the Red Zone. It's Leah Crayope of Wilmington, Aaron Capalbo of Mohawk, and Casey Wilson of Laurel, a trifecta of Athletes of the Month here for the month of January. And the Team of the Month, your LCAP Team of the Month, to the WPIAL champion, Neshannock Competitive Spirit Squad. So both teams, Tim, here with 2 timeouts remaining. Newcastle with a 45-41 lead. 2:20 remaining.
So the Canes will inbound the ball. It is Harris, Jackson, Harrison, Warner, and Blundo for the Canes.
And a little diamond pressure here from Central Catholic. Full court press, and they break it.
Bounce pass inside to Harrison, off the glass, good for 2.
And when you break it, that's what you do. You go to the lane, you go to the foul line as Blundo sets up a 3-on-1 and a beautiful bounce pass into the lane for Harrison.
Settles with the ball here for Central Catholic. Give it over to Wayner. Wayner. Bounce pass inside the arc. Khalil with the ball. Makes a move. Takes it to the hole. Rolls it in off the glass. Good for 2.
A beautiful spin move to get into the lane, and I think a good no call, too, allowing us, again, it was contact down beneath the basket, but no charge, no block called.
And still there by Blundo. Keeps the ball alive. Gives it over to Harrison. Harrison, good for 3. Damian Harrison, those killer 3.
Where'd that come from?
Wayner with the ball out to Settles. Gompers with the top of the key. Drives into the lane. Underneath shot. Taken good. Gompers now with 7.
Still life for Central Catholic with time running out. 1:10 remaining.
Pass down court. Give it to Harris. Harris drives into the lane. Shot no good. Warren trying to get the rebound. Can't do it. Vikings come up with long pass. Too far for Wayner. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay back to the Canes here with 1:02 remaining. Canes with a 5-point lead.
But this is what you do. You break the press in the middle. Good job to come to the ball by Blunder to keep it alive. Leads to the 3-on-1. This time instead of driving in, Harrison says, give me my 4-3 tonight, baby.
And we got a whistle off the foul. They're going to get this on Blundo. Or no, excuse me, they're going to get that on Thomas. Wrong four.
Wrong four. It's only the second team foul, actually.
Yeah. And they're going to throw it inside. It's going to be stolen there by Settles. And then Harris is going to reach in and make the foul with 59 seconds remaining.
That's the last thing you can do. I mean, the shot maybe a little bit too quick at the other end, and then you turn it over. 9 Newcastle turnovers, and Central Catholic with under a minute to play. Down 5, but still well in this.
Settles with the ball, gives over to Wayner in the corner. Wayner drives into the lane, takes a shot, and rattles it home.
Where's that one been all night? Peyton Wayner has to ask. And a whistle and a foul.
Whistle and a foul, and they're going to get this on, I believe.
Yes, it's on.
They're on Wayner, right? Yes.
Yeah. And Wayner is asking and demonstrating, but a little bit maybe too close to the official. Got to make sure not to contact him, but hey, I appreciate him trying to demonstrate his case and doing so without making contact with an official and getting a potential technical. And now another one as Wayner immediately commits the foul. That's his team force, excuse me. So next foul will be bonus both ways. We've been in the bonus almost every quarter for both teams.
Yes, we have. This is the longest we have not been in it.
I think you're about right.
As they get the ball inside, it's going to be juggled around. It's a fight for the ball. It's loose and comes up with it as Blundo.
Somehow.
He'll banks it across the timeout. Called by Ralphie Blundo Sr.
Yep.
And we get a little. How about the officials right there on top of it? Great job again by the officials. Clearing the court, sending the players back to their huddle.
Yep. Great, again, just 2 players both fighting hard, holding the ball. Nothing egregious there. And a good job again from Coach Blundo requesting timeout from the sideline. Oh, they gave him a foul. Did they give him a foul before the timeout?
Yeah.
That's what I think they're conferring now. What happened first, the timeout or the foul? I thought the timeout happened first. That's what we're trying to confirm.
Yeah.
They did. I think they gave the time. They gave the timeout first.
First, yeah. And that's what they're going to discuss right now.
So we believe we have a timeout called by Newcastle with 39 seconds remaining and a 3-point lead. And again, the officials are conferring and getting it right. And again, I think this is the right call.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is how you do it.
Only fools. Oh, hey, Jason, only fools. Trying to confirm and how many fouls even everybody has left.
So I believe the foul is going to count.
Yeah, both teams should have two timeouts
left, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so 2 timeouts left both ways is what I'm seeing. A full and a 30 for Central and a couple of fulls for New.
That was on Khalil.
Yeah.
They got the foul on, and I'll put Blundo at the line, shooting 2 here.
So that's 4 on Khalil, by the way.
And Blundo puts the first one in.
So again, to recap, they were trying to get a timeout, but before the timeout, there was a foul called. They discussed, what did they see first? They saw the foul first, so Blundo goes to the line.
Blundo's second shot is good. He hits them both. Blundo now with 20. Thomas brings the ball up. Gives over to Wayner. Wayner drives into the lane. He'll run her short of the rim. Picked up there by the Canes. Outlet pass. Give it to Harris. Harris off the glass. Good for 2.
And that might be the dagger. 7-point lead. 20 seconds remaining.
Gompers throws outside to Thomas. Thomas on a runner. No good. Thomas with his own rebound. Puts it up. Second shot. No good. Fight for the ball and knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Central Catholic.
But this is what you do. This looks like the old Isaiah Boyce play, Tim, as we watch the LCAP instant replay. You get the rebound and just out in transition, already up the court. Cheating up the court really was Harris.
That is exactly what that was. Here's a 3 by Khalil. No good. Ball's going to hit. We're going to get a foul here with 3.6 seconds. But that is basically going to be
It's going to be academic at this point.
Exactly. There's no reason even to worry about it.
Yeah, and you heard them say, hey, just don't touch the ball, but that's a foul against Ralphie Blundo, and 2 free throws coming with 3.5 seconds remaining, but Newcastle is going to win it.
Big win here at home for the Canes. Much needed. First shot is no good there by Gompers.
A rough night for Gompers. 20 the first time they played, just 6 here tonight, and now 2 of 5 from the charity stripe.
Gompers looks and shoots, and he puts that one in for 7. And they'll just get the ball in, and we're going to get a foul on Gompers with 1.6 seconds. I believe this will put
Harris
at the line, yes.
He matches the team with 71% free throws on the year.
So the Canes looking to add to their biggest lead of the night. It's 6 right now. First shot rolls the rim, no good. Make it or miss it, it won't really matter here. And he misses it, and a rebound there by Gompers. He'll get the last shot off, and that'll do it. Final score, the Canes with a big home victory here tonight as they come away with a 54-48 win and sweep the season series with Central Catholic, who came in tonight with a 6-1 record in Section 1.
How incredible is that? The top team in the section has 2 losses to the bottom team in the section who has 2 wins. That's just how crazy this season is going to be, and basically every year, but this year especially in Class 6A. Newcastle with the win by 6, 54-48.
All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll start our Tri-County Principals post-game show. You're listening to and watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day? You guys ready?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Congratulations to our January LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet proud to honor the Neshannock Competitive Spirit Squad as January's LCAP Team of the Month for their WPIAL 2A Large Squad Championship and third place finish at the state competition. Congratulations to Coach Colleen Daughtry and the Neshannock Competitive Spirit Team, our January LCAP Team of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Casey Wilson of Laurel Wrestling as the January LGKG Red Zone Male Athlete of the Month. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Aaron Capavo of Mohawk and Leah Crayrup of Wilmington as our January LGKG Red Zone Female Co-Athletes of the Month. Congratulations, best of luck to Laurel's Casey Wilson, Mohawk's Aaron Capavo, and Wilmington's Leah Crayrup, the LGKG Athlete of the Month, presented by the Red Zone.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years. And welcome to our Tri-County Principals postgame show here on the LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP. And we had a whale of a ball game here in Newcastle as the Canes come away with a 54-48 victory over Central Catholic, as the Canes now improve to 13-7 on the season and 2-6 in Section 1, while Central Catholic falls to 11-8 and 6-2 in Section 1. When you look at the scoring by quarters coming into tonight's game, Newcastle outscored Central Catholic in the first 12-11, but Central Catholic came back in the second quarter, outscored the Canes by 10-9, and we were tied at 21 at half. In the third quarter, the Canes took a 3-point lead as they outscored Central Catholic 17-14. At the end of three, it was 38-35. In the fourth quarter, the Canes would again outscore the Vikings by 3, 16-13 for the final score of 64-48. And that is how the scoring went in the quarters, but it was an impressive game by these two schools once again, as the Canes come away with a very important 54-48 victory over Central Catholic.
Let's get our Creative Edge scoring recap here. Creative Edge, where design and construction come together with experience. Call 724-652-1372. From concept to creation, they combine extensive experience with creative design, turning your project into a reality. Ralphie Blundo leads all scorers with 20 points, 5 twos, 2 threes, and 4 of 6 on the line. Damian Harrison with 19 points, including 8 in the fourth quarter to really wrap this one, put it on ice. Kyrell Harris and JT Warren each with 6, and a 3-ball from Demarion Young to round out the scoring for the Canes. On the other side, for Central Catholic, leading the way. What'd you have for Khalil in the end?
I had 21.
Yes, 21. So that's the one part of the scorebook that I didn't get wrapped up. Gompers with 7, Wayner with 8, 6 for Xavier Thomas, 3 for Vento, 2 for Settles, and 1 for 2 from the line for Pete Gonzalez. A 54-48 final score here today for Newcastle. And again, just incredible how this ends up happening, because Newcastle, they won in overtime on the road against Central Catholic. They won here tonight in a tight game, 54-48 your final. Central Catholic has not lost another game in the section, and Newcastle's not won another game in the section. It is absolutely remarkable just what this section can be, what all Class 6A can be. But what a huge, incredible win here tonight at home, and a much-needed win at home for sure for Newcastle. They keep the playoff homes very much alive with the win here tonight.
Now the Canes will finish out the regular season at Pine Richland on the 6th. On the 9th, it is Seneca Valley. And on the 12th, they'll finish the season with Beaver Falls.
But Tim,
those are the two most important ones.
Yeah, because
this game we're talking about is Pine Richland and Seneca Valley.
This win means nothing if they don't get those two next week, because those are the big ones. You need to get the split with those two, because I'm going to see if we can get a score update before we sign off, because Pine Richland and Seneca Valley are playing tonight. The winner of that one is at 3-5 and a game ahead of Newcastle still in the section. And only one of those three teams are going to make it. Only one of Pine Ridge and Seneca Valley and Newcastle will make it into the postseason. And so basically Newcastle will need to win for sure against the team who won in that contest tonight. But you win both. You've controlled your destiny. Yeah. You're going to make it into the postseason, about a 90% chance. We can get all those numbers for you. Stay tuned on lcsportsnet.com, on Twitter, Facebook. We'll have all that information here for sure. But all that matters is you took care of business tonight. 2 more still to go, but Canes are going to celebrate it for sure, the 54-48 win.
Exactly. They'll take the victory here tonight, and we'll look forward to the next opportunity against Pine Richland. All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have both our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award and the MVP Insurance MVP Game Award. You're watching LC Sportsnet, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Maley Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Maley Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Madure and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenia Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
And welcome back here to Nikkei High Fieldhouse. And it was another good one here for the Canes. A much-needed victory over Central Catholic, 54-48. And it's now time for our awards to give away. And first we'll give away the Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award. And this was a really interesting play. The ball was loose, and it was a big fight on the ground by Damian Harris. When he got it, he didn't roll over. It was able to find the trailer in Ralphie Blendo. He picks up the ball from him and takes it in and gets the points. And it was a huge moment in the game here for the Canes. So we got to give it up to both Damian Harris and Ralphie Blendo for our play of the game.
Well, take it one step before that even, Tim, because it was a steal by Central Catholic, and they're going up the court, and Damian Harrison sees, like, hey, they kind of turned the back on me. He goes and does a little, sneak attack from behind, pokes it away, dives to make sure he gets the loose ball. And then, yes, as you perfectly described it, sliding but not traveling, getting the ball over to the trailer and laying it in, there was Ralphie Blendo. But that is for sure a beautiful – it was a big momentum swing, too, because I marked that down. That gave Newcastle at that point their largest lead of the night at 31-27 with about 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. So just all – and you know what? Did Newcastle trail? Yeah, they trailed again briefly for about 20 seconds after that, but that's it. And that was kind of, I think, in my mind, a turning point. So a great Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game choice there by you. Video of tonight's Play of the Game may be featured on Triv Live, High School Sports Network's standout platform on Twitter and Instagram. You can view tonight's Play of the Game and all the plays of the game by going to lcsportsnet.com. Click on Play of the Game. Congratulations, Damian Harrison, as your Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. He'll receive his customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone as being tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game, and that play for sure kept the Canes' season really alive when it all comes down to it. And the recipient at the end of it, I mean, what more can you say? Ralphie Blendo came after a slow start, Tim. Came to play in the second half. He finished with 20 points, 16 of them coming in the second half.
Yeah, it was just a phenomenal job. He had a couple big threes along the way. Actually, I think he had 3 in the ball game, and ended up with 20 points, leading the Canes here to victory. And he is tonight's MVP Insurance MVP of the Game Award. MVP Insurance is proud to present the MVP of the Game Award to Ralphie Blendo of Newcastle. MVP Insurance and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Ralphie here tonight with the MVP of the game, and he'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being tonight's MVP of the game. To view a full list of this year's MVPs of the game, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on MVP of the game. Congratulations again to Ralphie Blundo of Newcastle for being tonight's MVP of the game. MVP Insurance. Call MVP for the win.
He takes home a wardrobe tonight because he also gets the Melee Chiropractic shirt that he got from earlier in the year for a play of the game in that game against Butler. And he also took home KDK Radio here tonight. Took home the KDKA sweatshirt for his performance tonight. So a full wardrobe for Ralphie Blundo, but all they care about is the W in the column that keeps them in the playoff hunt, Tim, and that's all you can really ask for. Before we go, we have a couple of score updates. Butler leading North Allegheny 57-50. Winner of that one officially clinches. Actually, I believe they've both officially clinched, but no doubt about it will clinch and actually be in a tie for first place, the winner of that game here tonight. The other game, Pine Richland against Seneca Valley, the team that'll have the upper edge leading into the final week of the season. Both came in with 2-5 records. Well, guess what? It's exactly what you would expect. 41-41, they are in overtime. See if we can get one more quick update before we go off the air here. But those are your final Newcastle Transit Authority scoring updates from the going your way out-of-town scoreboard. The scoreboard here tonight reading 54-48, Newcastle getting the win, their second in the year, and both coming against the top-ranked Central Catholic Vikings.
A big win here for the Kings, and they'll continue on as they will next take on Pine Richland at Pine Richland on the 6th. So that is the next big challenge ahead for the Canes.
And again, this win means nothing if you don't get those two next week. But you've set yourself up nicely to be able to have some tiebreaker scenarios in your favor, but you still need to win those because you lose either one of them, and now you've lost a head-to-head to both of those teams. They're turning the lights off on us here. As Billy Joel said, hey,
got to turn the lights on.
Turn the lights back on.
Exactly. Turn the lights on. Did the Canes here tonight as they come away with a 54-48 victory.
Overtime.
All right, for all our staff here at LC SportsNet, my partner James Dotson, I'm Tim Continental, wishing you all a wonderful good evening. We'll talk to you next time right here on lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the